Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we discuss the status of Jalen Hurts. The Eagles just announced that he is doubtful, but we got some good nuggets from Mike Garafolo and Tom Pelissero. We get into all that and more, but we gotta beat the Saints.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today we got some things to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, I got a question for y'all. If you believe at home the Eagles are going to come away with the victory, even if Gardner Minshew plays, well, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, like 450 away from 30,000. Ding the bell so you know when the videos, the live streams, the play-by-play, all of them come out. And we trying to grow notification gang every day. And we also trying to grow the Chalkboard app. Click the description. There's a link. It's free. Android users, iPhone users, we chop it up Eagle News 24/7. Let's get into it. So before we get into the extra nuggets, right? My kids are downstairs eating 6-piece chicken nuggets. So that's why I got nuggets on my mind. For real, for real. But let's get to the Friday injury report. And as we know, Lane Johnson and Avonte Maddox, groin and toe, did not practice and are out, right? But then we go ahead and look at Jalen Hurts, right shoulder, limited/D for doubtful. Most times, if you got that doubtful tag by Friday, you're not playing. It's probably 95% he's not going to play. Then you got A.J. Brown knee, full practice. Jordan Davis concussion, full practice. Linval Joseph's illness, full practice. And Miles Sanders knee, full practice. I say that because a couple people were in the comment section on not yesterday's video, but the day before, talking about Miles Sanders and A.J. Brown could miss time. And I if that was the case, I'd be worried too. But I had a feeling their injury was not going to make them miss time. It was a more of, it's late in the season. They're all banged up. Give them some rest days. They're veterans. And that's what we get. So it's really Lane and Avonte, who we know can't come back into the playoffs, and Avonte probably won't be back. He's not ruled out. Somebody also asked me, why y'all keep saying he's done for the season? It's tagged indefinitely. But with the amount of games left, the amount of weeks left, indefinitely normally is like 6 to 8 weeks. You don't really got 6 to 8 weeks. Maybe if we're in the Super Bowl, he can suit up on some TO stuff. I don't know. But indefinitely at this point of the season, to me, means the rest of the year. We'll see how that transpires. Now, let's get to the nuggets that I thought were interesting, right? Tom Pelissero, Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts' shoulder is doubtful to play Sunday, but sources say he made significant strides this week in returning to practice, and the team is very confident he'll return in the short term. Hurts has been pushing to play, but his health and safety comes first. That's the main thing. Hurts is out there slinging a rock. His shoulder is good to throw. But how good is it to land on? If he gets sacked in the pocket, if they run him on a QB keeper and he gets hit and lands on it, is it quite good enough to fall on it? And one fall can ruin what the Eagles got going on, because I don't see a playoff push, a Super Bowl push without the MVP of the league through my eyes, right? That being said, him practicing on Thursday and Friday were big. If this was a playoff game, he'll go. But why force the issue? I know. The Saints are on a 2-game winning streak. Jalen Hurts, the Saints killer. We need to get this dub. But the Saints also got some dogs over there. And back in the day, I know Sean Payton ain't there. I know the D coordinator ain't there that used to do it. But hey, the Saints were known for some bounties. And so I wouldn't push it past anybody to do anything. And so at the state we are in, a 2-game cushion, still this week is utmost important. You got to play who's healthy. You got to protect who needs to be protected. Sometimes you got to protect competitors from themselves. Jalen Hurts is an absolute dog. D-A-W-G exclamation point. And if he was at 50%, he's going to keep going. Do you know how many people in that Chicago Bears game When he took that hit, would have went into the blue tent, would have missed at least a couple plays, and maybe wouldn't have came back in the game. Jalen Hurts stayed in there and threw some key dots down the stretch, big plays, converting on fourth down, throwing it deep to A.J. Brown, doing big things. That's just who he is. But sometimes you got to protect a guy like that from himself because he's going to do everything to get that first down, to get every extra yard. And I ain't mad at the game when these games count. And there is one more win that counts. I understand that. But I'm telling you guys, this playoff run can be special. And it starts with him. So I'm all about protecting him at all costs. Can we beat the Saints with Gardner Minshew? Yes. Run Miles Sanders traditionally. Throw the ball to the receivers. They got a good defense, but they've been allowing receivers to get off. In the last couple of weeks, look at Devontae and A.J. Brown and where they stack up since week like 13, week like 12. They balling with Jalen and with Gardner, balling as receivers. So I have no doubt in my mind that the Eagles with Gardner Minshew can't beat a 6-win team, although they're a grinded out, stingy team. And like I said, they're 5-1 when they rush for over 130. But let's look at the other nugget from Mike Garafolo. If the Eagles win Sunday and clinch the number 1 seed, there's a possibility they play Jalen Hurts in week 18 to make sure he's not idle for more than a month heading into their first playoff game. Again, the shoulder is good to throw. How good is it to take, boom, landing on a shoulder? Throwing is cool. Maybe by next week, throwing and landing on it, putting a little pressure on it will be okay. That's the case. Even if we go ahead and get the first round bye, I know a lot of you guys are worried about Jalen Hurts missing the Dallas game, the Saints game, the Giants game, a bye week, 1 whole month not playing football at NFL speed. No matter what you simulate in practice, it's not the same. I understand that. So going out there and letting them play against the Giants for a couple quarters, get that 17-3 lead and then go ahead and sit them, that's understandable. But you don't want to put him out there where a doctor says if he lands on it this way, I would give it a week. I would give it a week. If a doctor's telling me I would give it a week with Super Bowl hopes on our mind, I'm not chancing it because of the strings of injuries that have happened down the stretch that I just got to cross my fingers, knock on wood. I got wood in front of me now. No more knocking on fake wood. Prayers in the chat that we stay healthy until the playoffs. And prayers in the chat have been doing good for us. It's not the chat because it's not a live stream, but you could drop it in the comment section. Also, drop the muscle emoji. When we do that, when we do the muscle emoji in the chat at an alarming rate, when y'all really drop that muscle emoji, we be killing people. Think about what we did to Tennessee, 35-10. Think about what we did to the New York Giants. They were the biggest days y'all been dropping the muscle emoji. We ran through them. Little skimpy on Dallas week. I'm just gonna say. I'm kidding. But this all makes sense. It's more of he can throw the ball. If this was do or die, which is still not, if this is a playoff game, he's playing. But another week to allow more healing to where if he lands on it, and it's not gonna crack, snap, crackle, pop. You know what I mean? So I ain't mad at it. And I'll be nervous him playing against the Giants if we got it all wrapped up, but I understand to get the blood flowing. Couple quarters, I'll still be nervous. I'll be biting my nails the whole time, but I want to hear from y'all. Let me know in the comment section. Are you upset that he's doubtful? Do you understand that he's doubtful? Do you believe he should play? Do you believe he should rest? Do you think he should even play in the Giants game if we wrap it up? Do you think a month of no football matters? Let me know all your thoughts because Eagle Nation, we are a smart fan base. I don't care what anybody try to say. They get mad because they can't out-debate us, so they just say things and other things and other things. You know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I go by Philly Mike. Do your boy a favor. Hit that like button. Good juju. Subscribe on the road to 30K and ding the bell. Join notification gang and check out the link in the description. They already got all the Jalen Hurts news in there because they fly like an eagle. Until next time, we out. Peace.